Hello dear friend, and welcome to On This Day SMR with me, Edward Hertz, where we take a look back through history at events which took place on this day. The rain is gently pittering and pattering away on the window, and the fire is crackling away nicely in the hearth. So put your headphones on, sit back, relax, and let me take you on a journey back through time. Today is Tuesday the 13th of February 2024, and we have 51 events to cover, going all the way back to the year 962. Starting with the most recent event, which happened 3 years ago. Former US President Donald Trump is acquitted in his second impeachment trial. In the same year, a major winter storm causes blackouts and kills at least 82 people in Texas and northern Mexico. 7 years ago in 2017, Kim Jong-nam, brother of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un, is assassinated at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. 12 years ago in 2012, the European Space Agency conducted the first launch of the European Vega rocket from Europe's spaceport in Kourou, French Guiana. 13 years ago in 2011, for the first time in more than 100 years, the Umatilla, an American Indian tribe, are able to hunt and harvest a bison just outside Yellowstone National Park, restoring a centuries-old tradition guaranteed by a treaty signed in 1855. 14 years ago in 2010, a bomb explodes in the city of Pune, Maharashtra, India, killing 17 and injuring 70 more. 16 years ago in 2008, Australian Prime Minister Kevin Rudd makes a historic apology to the Indigenous Australians and the stolen generations. 17 years ago in 2007, Taiwan opposition leader Ma Ying-jeou resigns as the chairman of the Kuomintang Party after being indicted on charges of embezzlement during his tenure as the mayor of Taipei. Ma also announces his candidacy for the 2008 presidential election. 20 years ago in 2004, the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics announces the discovery of the universe's largest known diamond, white dwarf star BPM 37093. Astronomers named the star Lucy after the Beatles song Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. 23 years ago in 2001, an earthquake measuring 7.6 on the Richter magnitude scale hits El Salvador, killing at least 944. 28 years ago in 1996, the Nepalese civil war is initiated in the Kingdom of Nepal by the Communist Party of Nepal, Maoist Centre. 33 years ago in 1991, in the Gulf War, 2 laser-guided smart bombs destroy the Amiraya shelter in Baghdad. Allied forces said the bunker was being used as a military communications outpost, but over 400 Iraqi civilians inside were killed. 34 years ago in 1990, German reunification. An agreement is reached on a 2-stage plan to reunite Germany. 40 years ago in 1984, Konstantin Chernenko succeeds the late Yuri Andropov as General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. 41 years ago in 1983, a cinema fire in Turin, Italy, kills 64 people. 43 years ago in 1981, a series of sewer explosions destroy more than 2 miles of streets in Louisville, Kentucky. 45 years ago in 1979, an intense windstorm strikes western Washington and sinks a 0.5 mile or 0.8 kilometer long section of the Hood Canal Bridge. 46 years ago in 1978, the Hilton bombing. A bomb explodes in a refuse truck outside the Hilton Hotel in Sydney, Australia, killing 2 refuse collectors and a policeman. 49 years ago in 1975, fire at One World Trade Center North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York. 57 years ago in 1967, American researchers discover the Madrid codices by Leonardo da Vinci in the National Library of Spain. 63 years ago in 1961, an allegedly 500,000-year-old rock is discovered near Olancha, California, United States. It appears to, anachronistically, encase a spark plug. 64 years ago in 1960, with the success of a nuclear test codenamed Je Bois Bleu, France becomes the 4th country to possess nuclear weapons. 64 years ago in 1960, black college students staged the first of the Nashville sit-ins at free lunch counters in Nashville, Tennessee. 69 years ago in 1955, Israel obtains 4 of the 7 Dead Sea Scrolls. In the same year, 29 people are killed when Sabena Flight 503 crashes into Monte Terminillo near Rieti, Italy. 70 years ago in 1954, Frank Selvey becomes the only NCAA Division I basketball player to score 100 points in a single game. 73 years ago in 1951, in the Korean War, the Battle of Cheopyeong-ni, which represented the high watermark of the Chinese incursion into South Korea, commences. 79 years ago in 1945, in World War II, the Siege of Budapest concludes with the unconditional surrender of German and Hungarian forces to the Red Army. In the same year, also in World War II, Royal Air Force bombers are dispatched to Dresden, Germany to attack the city with a massive aerial bombardment. 89 years ago in 1935, a jury in Flemington, New Jersey, finds Bruno Hauptmann guilty of the 1932 kidnapping and murder of the Lindbergh baby, the son of Charles Lindbergh. 93 years ago in 1931, the British Raj completes its transfer from Calcutta to New Delhi. 104 years ago in 1920, the Negro National League is formed. 110 years ago in 1914, copyright. In New York City, the American Society of Composers, Authors and Publishers is established to protect the copyrighted musical compositions of its members. 111 years ago in 1913, the 13th Dalai Lama proclaims Tibetan independence following a period of domination by Manchu Qing dynasty and initiated a period of almost 4 decades of independence. 144 years ago in 1880, Thomas Edison observes fermionic emission. 157 years ago in 1867, work begins on the covering of the Seine, burying Brussels' primary river and creating the modern central boulevards. 163 years ago in 1861, Italian unification. The siege of Gaeta ends with the capitulation of the defending fortress, effectively bringing an end of the kingdom of the two Sicilies. 175 years ago in 1849, the delegation headed by Metropolitan Bishop Andrea Seguna hands out to the Emperor Franz Joseph I of Austria the general petition of Romanian leaders in Transylvania, Banat and Bukovina, which demands that the Romanian nation be recognised. 269 years ago in 1755, the Treaty of Chianti, signed by VOC Pacabuono III and Prince Mancabumi. The treaty divides the Javanese kingdom of Mataram into two, Sultanate of Surakarta and Sultanate of Yogyakarta. 298 years ago in 1726, Parliament of Negrete between Mapuche and Spanish authorities in Chile bring an end to the Mapuche uprising of 1723 to 26. 332 years ago in 1692, the massacre of Glencoe. Almost 80 MacDonalds at Glencoe, Scotland, are killed early in the morning for not promptly pledging allegiance to the new king, William of Orange. 335 years ago in 1689, William and Mary are proclaimed co-rulers of England. 364 years ago in 1660, with the accession of young Charles IX of Sweden, his regents begin negotiations to end the Second Northern War. 382 years ago in 1642, the Clergy Act becomes law, excluding bishops of the Church of England from serving in the House of Lords. 391 years ago in 1633, Galileo Galilei arrives in Rome for his trial before the Inquisition. 482 years ago in 1542, Catherine Howard, the fifth wife of Henry VIII of England, is executed for adultery. 521 years ago in 1503, Challenge of Barletta, a tournament between 13 Italian and 13 French knights near Barletta. 562 years ago in 1462, the Treaty of Westminster is finalised between Edward IV of England and the Scottish Lord of the Isles. 702 years ago in 1322, the central tower of Ely Cathedral falls on the night of 12th to 13th. "766 years ago in 1258, in the siege of Baghdad, Hulagu Khan, a prince of the Mongol Empire, orders his army to sack and plunder the city of Baghdad, which they had just captured. 1062 years ago in 962, Emperor Otto I and Pope John Paul XII co-signed the Diploma Ottonianum, recognising John as the ruler of Rome. So that is all we have for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you found our little trip back through history both relaxing and informative. If you did indeed like the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and also consider leaving a comment below. All feedback is very much welcome. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. It will really help the channel grow and will ensure that you are notified of future videos. Be sure to turn on notifications so that you are notified of future videos as soon as they are posted. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next time.